Alright, today we're going to learn how to paint this painting in a style I call Dazzling Drips. Alright, the question of the day is, who is Eric Neiman? Alright, let's run through the colors. Quin Magenta, Pearly Red Dark, Pearly Orange, Van Dyke Brown, Burnt Sienna, Yellow Ochre, Primary Yellow, Phthalo Green, Sap Green, Quin Blue, Cobalt Blue, Mars Black, Titanium White. Alright, today we're going to do a painting I call Dazzling Drip style. Alright, we just laid in this brown layer, we got the reds, we got a lot of nice drips here, so the patterns are really nice here. We got a little bit of washes here, so we got a little bit of combination of both. We've got obviously the washes going up. We left it dry this way, so obviously most of the drips are kind of falling this way now. So we'll add on the next layer, not sure exactly what. Maybe some, we'll add the blue purple now and see how that works with this brown layer. Alright, we just got in the next layer with the dark purples and a little bit of that yellow. We covered up quite a bit. I kind of wanted to wash that a little bit more, but it didn't wash away as much as I wanted to. I really like the pattern here. It's really powerful. We get this really nice streak that kind of happened by accident at the very end. I saw this kind of wet drip in here and I just kind of let it drip further and then wash it back, so you get kind of this really broken off part here, which is really nice. We're going to add the next layer in. I think I'm going to bring in those darks to kind of pull that out. Maybe a purple and then maybe a red in here to make maybe an orange between the red and the orange. And this purple's really nice, so we'll see what we do to add that. Maybe kind of a blue to pop with the red that'll pull in purple and maybe darken this. So we'll see where we go right now. So Eric Neiman is an artist in San Francisco. He lives up, I think, in Fairfield, kind of by Suisun City Valley. But I first met his work at 4th Street Studios, the earlier incarnation of my last studio, which was 4th Street Fine Art. And I went in and I saw this work and it had this grooves in it, and it was like pure abstract but really cool. And I was like, man, how do you do that? And how do I do that? And so I started experimenting with the similar type of tools with the teeth and the huge cement trowels and stuff like that, but I didn't get the same impact. So I was like, how do you do it? And one day I asked my other friend Praveen, who had actually worked and saw him work at the old studio. We didn't cross paths in that studio because he had been in earlier years of the studio, not in the later years when I came in. And what he did is he took huge buckets of paint and then grooved through it with other paint and then just grooved through it. And he literally slapdash the paint together in about 5 minutes and do 20 at once or something. And I was like, really? That's how it works? So it was pretty interesting revelation to see how that style worked. And I do use that a little bit in my later incantations of Metal Mayhem, but still not the quantity of paint that Eric would use. So, but I would encourage you to check out his work. It's really cool abstract work. And that's the question of the day. All right, we just finished painting. Let's take a closer look. So I have this really nice, dark, rich purple at the top, a little bit of shine there, with kind of a light blue. It's kind of covered up kind of those red streaks, but I kind of have a nice blend as well. We got kind of this golden yellow going into the middle. You got a little bit of the streaks coming through, not quite maybe as much as I want. You have this really nice streak that forms at the very end of this painting that kind of went all the way down. It's this nice dark, rich red with browns, a little bit of green. I think it's overall pretty cool. I'm not crazy about that green layer that's in the middle, but I had like a really bright yellow there and it looked a little bit too garish yellow, I would say, so I kind of toned it down. Yellow isn't really a popular color per se in paintings all the time, so I kind of want to tone that down. There is quite a lot of little cool drip patterns. I tried to add a little bit at the end to make that a little bit of pop with a little bit of the current layers, which you see just a tiny bit, but not much. I think we preserved quite a bit of the cool layers of the underneath. Some of the layers we lost, I think in the middle there was a really cool kind of vanilla to white layer. And I probably put a little bit too much white down to kind of cover that up, but you do see some of that drip pattern coming through, so it has kind of a nice subtlety. If you get close to the painting, you can make out those underlying colors, but then if you get farther back, it looks kind of like solid bands of colors, so it has that nice contrast where close to far. Overall, I think it's a pretty good painting. We'll see which way I sign it. I think it'll be the opposite of what I have right now, maybe. Well, no, maybe I'll keep it this way. It'll look like a branch versus kind of a drip from the top. But yeah, I think it's overall it's a pretty good painting. Hopefully you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe below. And check out my Patreon account for my full version of this. And I'll see you on the next painting video. Thanks for watching, guys.